All right, what's going... You need to stop interrupting my introduction. What's going on, dudes, and welcome back to my Sky Factory World thing. I thought, since a lot of people seem to enjoy the last video I did on this, where I went over the whole automated wither spawning and killing system thing to harvest nether stars, VCOS, and etc., I would actually go and do like more of a thorough tour of the whole place. I don't really have a name for this, other than my Sky Factory World. I don't know if I should name the island something more exciting, but you can feel free to suggest things if you have any options for that. Yeah, but I have a whole bunch more stuff on the island. I've done a lot more automation lately, and so I was like, hey, you know, I do this as a live stream because it is pretty grindy, but when we actually have things done, it's kind of cool to show them off. So why don't we start off with, I don't know, we'll start off with the basic things and then get into more of the, I don't know, somewhat complicated stuff that is really accomplishing basic things through complicated measures. Anyway, to start off with, this is my house. It's not much, but it allows me to sleep while kind of falling off the bed repeatedly over and over, which is pretty nifty, you know? That's how I sleep, underneath an ME system and that furnace. Pretty cool. So ME system, I feel like most of you are probably familiar with this who are watching this video. Just keeps track of all of my inventory and stuff, and makes it easy for me to go through all of my items. So that's pretty much self-explanatory, but I have a few little modifications here. An export bus with a trash can here so that any item that accumulates in here that I don't want, I can easily get rid of it. And then I also have this ultimate furnace, which is the greatest thing ever. Let me demo it for you. If you've never seen an ultimate furnace in action from Magical Crops, here, let's grab some gold. I have a bunch of gold essence piling up because that's what's currently harvesting in one of the farming stations. And so I made this, and now if I toss it all in here, on this filter, we have gold set to automatically go through here, and it should start passing through and smelting very quickly. Ultimate furnaces are pretty much the greatest thing ever, and then that gets pumped right back into the ME system, and so any of the gold ore that I have that I'm putting in here will get turned right back into gold ingots. So you can see the gold ingot numbers increasing and the gold ore decreasing, and that works for any of the other stuff that's on this, and I can swap out things as needed and whatnot. Here's where all my experience is stored, and then we've also got this ender chest on white is just taking anything passed into it and putting it into the ME system, so that's tied into a whole bunch of different things, but that's basically our home base right there. Pretty straightforward, where we store most of our stuff and have a bed. That's lovely. Oh, also there's this Draconic Furnace, which I don't use that much, but it has like a built-in 5-slot furnace on it that's powered by RF, so it's kind of cool. And I have some resources here that I need to use to resummon the dragon, but that's a pain in the ass to do, so that'll happen soon enough. Here's a Tinker's Construct smeltery. This is a, well, an enchantment table, pretty basic. I have another variation of this that allows me to choose the enchantment, so that's kind of cool. This is nifty stuff. This may be the first you're seeing of it if you haven't tuned into any of the Sky Factory live streams. And again, hashtag shameless self-promotion. If you're interested in Sky Factory, you can find all the VODs on the second channel, CaptainSparklez 2, and I live stream it on a pretty regular basis as well on Twitch. So anyway, this thing is basically like storing any excess RF up to 273 million RF, which it's capped out at the moment. We can increase the size of this thing by adding more blocks to it, but it's expensive. Everything with Draconic Evolution is pretty expensive, but we got a Tesseract here coming from the big reactor that's throwing all the energy into that, and then as needed, I can dump energy out using the infuser, or this Tesseract is sort of a redundancy thing, so if the big reactor goes out, it can draw power from there and still power everything around the whole map. Anyway, that said, speaking of power, big reactor. This thing generates about 40,000 RF per tick, which is enough to power pretty much anything I could want. We have a huge surplus of yellorium blocks that just feed into it as needed, and then also got some plutonium getting made automatically because I still need to set up the whole turbine thing for an achievement. I'm probably not going to keep it, but it'll be there for the sake of having it and ticking the achievement off in the achievement book. This is a farm that we haven't used very much at all in the series. It kind of just exists because it was an early on challenge, and still got this wonderful Coven Witch who is being rude all the time. Oh, turn your back on me, huh? Doing a tour and you're just like, not interested. No, I see how it is. So kind of you. Camera shy or maybe just rude? I would say the latter of the two. Just nice. Okay. If I ever get into witchery, maybe I'll be able to punch you in the face with a spell. This used to be a whole farm area, but it's become unnecessary with our automated farming stations over here. So basically, I do now have the unbreakable Maddox, which is great. So this will just forever harvest this stuff, throw the essence into the ME system, and then whatever type of seed I have in here, I can just keep accumulating that resource. It's pretty fantastic, actually. This one, on the other hand, not going into the ME system, we actually have this as a means to automatically farm draconium essence, or is it draconium essence? Some draconium powder stuff, whatever. So that stuff over there, the Enderman essence, is getting pushed into this here, which gets pushed into this automatic crafting station thing, whereas this is generating cobblestone, quickly smelting it into smooth stone, and then doing a recipe here to create endstone, using all these resources that are constantly replenishing themselves. So that's pretty cool. We got an excess in here. We've got plenty of stone coming through here. So we shouldn't run out of endstone anytime soon, ever. And then from there, when we get the endstone, it's pulverizing it into crushed endstone. And then we've got these 2 sieves here, and these sieves are pulverizing it into even more different resources. And then whenever we get a broken draconium, which is one of the things that sieving this endstone can yield, it goes into here. And then eventually, once we get 4 of these, it crafts one of these, and then it goes into the auto hammer, which then pulverizes that, loops it back around. It basically just loops around until you finally end up getting the like draconium powder out of here, and then it sends it into the ME system, which is pretty cool. And you know, it's a tedious process setting it up, but now that it's going, it's pretty freaking fantastic, and it's just automated, and it's amazing and lovely and cool. I go into way more detail and talk for a long time on how this was all set up, but basically the process is endstone all the way to draconium, and draconium is for draconic evolution. It's very grindy, but if we can get a lot of it, then it should help us out tremendously. On the other hand, over here, this was actually the first of these sort of automated sorting, crafting, smelting systems that I made before this one over here. And so pretty much this is the first sieve I ever set up. It's just sieving gravel, which creates, I don't know, it generates different types of resources. This is all from sand. In fact, I need to clean this up because it looks like we got some sand in here, and this whole system is only equipped to handle gravel being sieved. Anyway, whenever gravel is sieved, it dumps certain resources into here, and then those resources get automatically distributed into these automatic crafting stations over here, crafted according to the various recipes in each of these, and then from there, once it's created these different types of gravel blocks, goes into the ultimate furnace, where it's also getting coal pumped in, because coal is one of the things that you can get from sieving the gravel. So the coal, it gets put into here, then the other stuff gets put in on the top, and it gets smelted into the resources and then put into the ME system all automatically without me having to lift a finger, and it's fantastic. So that's a lot of the automation that's going on. Then we've also just got like cobblestone storage going on over here. It's generating lots of cobblestone, automatically crafting it into the various super duper duper compressed blocks. So we have probably, let's see, we have over 1 million cobblestone in here at the very least, given that we have 2 sextuples. He said sex. Okay, so that's what's going on over there. And then obviously we've got the whole automatic wither thing down here. That's still going. Every time you hear that noise, that means a wither was killed. And it's pretty swell. Getting lots of nether stars and Zavicio out of that. Then we've got, as you can tell, this is slightly neglected. At one point, it was very valuable having this mob spawner here. This works pretty much the same as any other mob spawner I've ever done before. Once the mobs spawn in there, they get pushed down by water in these different channels. They end up dying on the spikes down here, and then their resources get pushed out. It's ugly. It's pretty ugly. And I could have it pump into my ME system directly, but I'm like, there's a bunch of junk in that chest, and I don't know if I want all of it. So many loot bags to open. Oh God, everyone sees that and they're like, open the loot bags. And I'm like, man, they're not that valuable anymore. They're just not. But whatever you say. I mean, fine. Fair enough. Whatever. Anyway, so that whole thing is going on. The Nether kind of just is the Nether. There's a fortress I go to get resources occasionally, and the end is just the end. I haven't gone and fought the Chaos Dragons yet. This is the Super Subscriber Skyswall. This is where anyone who wins the subscriber raffle gets put on at the end of every stream. But yeah, that's like pretty much a tour of the whole Sky Factory thing. And I figured maybe I'll do these periodically. I don't know how much longer the series will be going on. It could be a while because the challenges get exponentially more difficult. So maybe whenever I make something like cool and new, I can show it off or something. If you're interested in that, of course. And I guess I didn't go over this in too much detail because it's not really active anymore, but this used to be my primary source of power. Cobblestone would get turned into lava in these crucibles, and then that lava would be used to power a bunch of like lava generators. But then the big reactors came along and it was way better, and that's what we switched over to. But it's still working to sieve the gravel because the cobblestone goes into here and it gets pulverized and then gets sieved in here, and then all the resources go into the automatic sorting system and right into the ME system. I really like this thing though because draconium is very, very valuable and good to get. So let's see how much I've got. 615 draconium dust. Not bad. Oh, it's 621. It just went up a little bit more. Oh, this is great. This is really swell. Because I was having to manually mine that over in the deep dark dimension, and now it just happens automatically. And 850, and watch this. Whoops, I don't want that. But here I can just grab all this and then quickly go throw it in here. I have to kind of just wait for it to go down and manually click it in, but it's all getting thrown into the ME system. And thank you, Ultimate Furnace, for being the best thing ever. So now we get a lot of draconium stuff from this, and still a lot more to go with Draconic Evolution, but this is a good work of progress. So nice. From 800 to 1200, we still got plenty of dust left over. Fantastic. All right. Yeah, man. Well, that's a basic overview of things. If I missed anything, and if you're someone who watches Sky Factory and you're like, Jordan, you totally missed something that's also very important, let me know, I guess. I grow trees here. I used to use this stuff. This is archaic from the very beginning. Now we're advanced and automated, and we have broken hose, which, speaking of which, I might be able to actually make this fully unbreakable. Hold on. Can we make this unbreakable? No. Darn it. Has to level up once more. I just need one more modifier. Right now it's on reinforced 9. It's on reinforced 9. Ugh. So close. Oh well. Anyway, so that's all for now. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. If you have, I don't know, feel free to leave a rating. And also you can check out more Sky Factory, youtube.com/CaptainSparklez 2. Link is in the description. And you can check out the live streams as well if you're interested in that. That's what's up. And I guess I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.